Welcome to Taiwan Apocalypse. I'm Hong Peixiang. 26 years ago on the Central Sea Line. Tian Dao League. President. Xie Tongyun, known as Abu Dao. Just announced. He is going to run for Changhua County Councilor and Speaker. Unexpectedly, after 10 days, he is on his way home. He was attacked by 7 people. Masked gunman sniper. The opponent is holding an M16 rifle, called hard on Xie Tongyun's car. His Mercedes, although it is said to be bulletproof, but still got pierced by bullets. In the end, Abu Dao died tragically under the gun. Police investigation. This is a precisely designed sniper case. And the operator behind the scenes, who is it? Afternoon. On the industrial road of Changhua Fongyuan Township, as usual, a truck whizzes by. And here, he is also the president of the Heavenly Dao League, Xie Tongyun, known as Abu Dao. The way back home. He's used to having bodyguards in the car. There are 2 more cars, jeeps, front and rear. Looks like a bodyguard. That time. So when he goes out, it's full of style. He needs to show up. In fact, many people around him. He needs to be lit for him when he smokes a cigarette. That big brother class, a booba that time. He drives a Benz, bulletproof car. Ordinary pistols are not easy to hurt him. Xie Tongyun just that day, I'm going back for lunch at noon, going to lunch break, and they know. The route they took today is the industrial road. So you know they are rushing to get the abandoned factory. 2 hours early, just big truck, hide by that road. They dress like professional killer. Then wear a black hood. Just show your eyes. Wearing camouflage. I also took a quilt, treat themselves like chicken coops, lie on top of that big truck. Actually, everyone's holding an M16 rifle. There's a pistol hidden like this. It seemed at the time. It's very similar to Big Circle Boy, right? After Xie Tongyun's car came over, that big truck goes there. Bulletproof Mercedes 500 starts crashing. Take it right away. Crashed into the ditch next to it. After it gets stuck in the gutter, what to do? As soon as the quilt is lifted in the car, 5 or 6 people jump down, just hold the M16, right by that car, bulletproof car, shoot wildly. 39 rounds in a row. Just a line, Xie Tongyun sitting in the back seat of the Mercedes. Wow, this plot. Just like a Hong Kong drama. And you know, Xie Tongyun at that time was headshot, so die a miserable death. Xie Tongyun's bodyguard, to protect the boss, block with the flesh. In the end, he also died tragically at the gunpoint. As for the driver in the car, scared to open the door, escaped to the sugarcane field. Lucky to survive. A Taiwan daming, it's the time of day. Unexpectedly, an undefeated president. Being sniped like this. You see, Abu Dao all drive bulletproof cars. With a gun and a younger brother. If you don't have a plan, how can that be possible? The first planned killing in the history of law and order. Shocked the whole Taiwan. And the masked killer in this car. Who the hell? How to make plan? It went so seamlessly. Like digging a trap, let Xie Tongyun jump in directly. Hou Yui, who was a criminal police officer at the time, received tips. 2 suspects were found first. The 2 suspects Zhao Jianzhong and Huang Zhuwang. When they were there, they waited while smuggling. At that time Hou Yui, it is the current mayor of New Taipei City, Hou Yui. He is the 2nd detective team of the criminal bureau. You know that year happened to be the Mid-Autumn Festival. His daughter was just a few months old. He told his wife, let's go to the north coast. Lie to his wife, going to the beach with my daughter. Right. Not at all. He went there that day, to catch those 2. Hou Yui is carrying that gift box. I ran to Zhao Jianzhong's house and knocked on the door. Just ask him. I want to come to give gifts, but I forgot where your township chief lives. Can you help me compare? So he opened the door, just started talking. Just follow him to signposts. Then Hou Yui took the opportunity to say, your door didn't open. I can't see. Open your door a little. I write something. Borrow a pen. Confirm the person in front of you. Target suspect. Hou Yui invites policewoman again, disguised as a passerby. Borrow the phone at someone's house. Just because I saw the policewoman. Is there a little girl? Borrow the phone. He relaxes. As soon as the door is opened, Hou Yui is behind. Just one stride up. Knock him down with one punch. So the 2 of them are because, in this difficult situation, was arrested. Police arrest 6 gunmen. They confessed. Because I can't understand Xie Tongyun. Behavioral style in the rivers and lakes, plus Xie Tongyun's son. Shot a few months ago. Another local corner head. They avenge each other. To kill together. Thought it was over. Didn't expect the case to go to court. Amazing development. They start sentencing. Some are sentenced to death, some were sentenced to life imprisonment. Each sentence is different. They just started biting each other. Bite each other and say you Huang Zhuwang. At that time, talk about the settlement fee. Because of the death penalty, don't ask at this time. When will it be discussed? That's why I said at that time. Huang Zhuwang promised them at the beginning. How much is the settlement fee for each person? Did you do it afterwards? So at that time the police found out that the original mastermind. There is also Huang Zhuwang. He is the chief planner. And then a source of income. Resources are his. People's livelihood issues, what to eat. Little brother eats Dongyu renting a house. Huang Zhuwang is responsible. The main messenger behind the scenes is Huang Zhuwang. And who is Huang Zhuwang? He was 35 years old. Is also rampant in the underworld boss of Changhua Haitian. He has his own style of gentleness. The method of crime is extremely cold and brutal. And top 10 gun shooters of the past. Lin Laifu is very similar. So in the rivers and lakes. He also has a title. He is called another kind of ghost. But unlike Lin Laifu, Huang Zhuwang's brother. Still a policeman. The two brothers have had a good relationship since childhood. But why grow up? Brother is a policeman. The two brothers have had a good relationship since childhood. You said he was a ghost. Because of how? I quote the judge. In the verdict. He said he regards human life as nothing. Right? Killing people is like killing chickens. It means that his methods are very cruel. If you are cruel, of course everyone is afraid of you, even ghosts, because he is more local boss. It's more of a hooligan style. That style. Relatively strong. Do whatever it takes. It's the detective who fought against him. Description of Huang Zhuwang. But such a ruthless character. In fact, simple. Located in the coastal area of Changhua, in the small fishing village of Fangyuan Township, this is Huang Zhuwang's hometown. Haikao people are born with a strong background. Because they have been poor since childhood. So if you are struggling today, people who can endure hardships and endure hardships. Of course, the personality is stronger. Relatively resolute. So people say, why is Fangyuan this area? It's the hometown of the underworld. So people from Haikao, originally on the rivers and lakes. Comparing to being able to mix things up. He signed. Just won't sign my name. Sign your name. It takes about 10 minutes. Although he can't read. But his eloquence is very good. The level of responsiveness is very good. A mouth monkey. It's Huang Zhuwang's impression. But more let the local residents. Impressive. His older brother grew up to be a policeman. Huang Zhuwang has become a big-tailed hooligan. My brother used to be a policeman. In Changhua branch. Daju police station. Local criminal police, early criminal police. He is very polite to his brother. Maybe it's because of this relationship. It's not because of his brother covering him. But because of his brother. It's about the police. The local people will respect him 3 points. Hooligans are more likely to say, if anything, may be able to use his connections. Actually none. His brother didn't help him. On the contrary, this relationship cause him to be outside. On the contrary, it will be a crime. Taking advantage of the situation, my brother is a policeman. Huang Zhuwang ran amok in the village. Not only that. Once. He heard his brother share the process of handling the case, people and things encountered. Use your brains. Committed the crimes of his life. First case. I heard at that time. His first kidnap for ransom was. There was a very rich man. It's in Changhua. Should listen to his brother. When handling a case. Know this is rich. Then just listen to his brother talk. What kind of life do people live when they are rich? His heart moved. Just move this idea. Kidnap for ransom. He brought 3 younger brothers. Take the gun and go to the victim's house. Get the lady out. Drag to the mountain to humiliate. Just tie her hands and feet. Then strip her naked. The victim reported the crime after breaking free. We will intervene. Broad daylight. How dare you break into the other party's house with a gun and take people away? Arrogant behavior. Shocked the local residents. After Huang Zhuwang was sentenced, deliver hooligan training. After he was released from prison, he became more and more closed. If the rogue identity comes out. Locally run mobile casinos. There used to be a lot of casinos in Erlin. In the early days it was all casinos. He will be with that Hong Xietiao. Hong Xietiao is also local. Big horn head. You used to say that it was so country. What good money do you have? Just open a casino. He has a better friendship with Hong Zitiao. Huang Zhuwang gets closer to Dajia too. Brothers on the road respect him 3 points. Did not expect one day, but received the news of the death of this corner. Hong Zitiao once went to Taipei. Go to a public festival. Xie Tongyun's child. Shoot with some friends. Beat Hong Zitiao to death. After Hong Zitiao died. Also his little wife. Just sell the land, it's just for revenge. Huang Zhuwang also joined the ranks of revenge. It's recruiting. Raise his younger brothers. A place in Fangyuan Industrial Zone. The abandoned factory. Huang Zhuwang rented it there. Then feed them and dress them like this. Just lay there all day in ambush. Huang Zhuwang convener, right in the factory. Simulate every sniper plan. Stole one of those. The big truck I was talking about. Practice there. They are always there. As long as the situation arises, they can go to the field and deploy. So look at that big truck look. He also knows which angle to hit. And can't hit head on. If you hit it head on, if you hit it, that car won't turn over. He just meant to say hit from the side. And what angle does it hit? That car. Able to knock him into a ditch. And let it all open. After opening, the most vulnerable place below is exposed. So they tell the truth. They killed Xie Tongyun. Is imperative. Not just sand table deduction. Huang Zhuwang also followed the whereabouts of Supervisor Xie Tongyun. One afternoon, Huang Zhuwang found that the time was right. Call a buddy to get into action. Barred from the sugarcane field. That one road is blocked. You have no other way to crash. The people in the car get down and hit. 3 Uzi submachine guns. And pistols and rifles. Isn't your design so precise? Killed him with a snipe. In fact, if you come to the scene, did you see that Mercedes? You will be scared, because that's really. I've rarely seen that kind of car before. It's all bullet marks on it. It was very scary watching the scene. Huang Zhuwang, who is in charge of directing behind the scenes, have sufficient alibi, so even if the police got wind that Huang Zhuwang may also be involved in the case, but he still, without evidence, retreated at the time. Huang Zhuwang and the others also have, for the case, and a casino, prepare money for these boys. Then they told the younger brother. The younger brother provoked the whole. Will not involve the people on the stage. Later Huang Zhuwang was because, money is casino. Enough money, enough money. Huang Zhuwang, I didn't give it to others. Go lose again and that's it. So these. To the end these people. Huang Zhuwang was bitten out before he was shot. Before the execution of the younger brother. Ask father say, have you received the settlement allowance from Huang Zhuwang? Father shook his head and said no. This is what made the original desperate. Follow Huang Zhuwang's younger brother to change his mind, actually later. The case of Xie Tongyun. They later these suspects. Took the police to get those guns. Follow Huang Zhuwang's younger brother to change his mind, buried in gravel. So it can be proved that Huang Zhuwang is indeed involved in this case, because Huang Zhuwang provided these firearms. Start with the case of Abu Dao. We are chasing this man, but can't catch up. Because as soon as we get to. At that time, the criminal bureau only needed to enter Changhua. Corner of their place. Probably no. The people from the criminal bureau have passed, because of the criminal bureau. That time. It's always the same car. It's the car of the criminal bureau. Around that time it was a BMW 320. That is, he has a special color. Therefore, the cunning Huang Zhuwang, still rampant in Changhua area. The power is still growing. 4 years have passed since being wanted. Even meddling in local elections. Huang Zhuwang has been on the run for more than 4 years. I can't catch it no matter what. Keep the police at bay. But the arrogant he not only did not hide, also very high profile, candidates for the Peasant Association election. Behind the back. Unexpectedly, one day the enemy battalion meet Huang Zhuwang's younger brother on a narrow road. After the other party choked openly. Huang Zhuwang heard the news and rushed to the scene. As soon as I got out of the car, I fired several shots in a row, also forcibly put the enemy camp. The campaign general will take away. After a whole night of abuse, in the end it turned out, and buried people alive. After the crime, Huang Zhuwang escaped without a trace. The police want to use Huang Zhuwang's brother. Find his whereabouts. But my brother, are you willing to kill your relatives righteously? One vote on the 15th. February 1997, re-election of peasant associations across the province, in full swing. The battle between the two powerhouses in Fengyuan Township, Changhua, more intense. There were two elections. The election for the Director General of the Peasant Association is very fierce. Both sides are looking for rogues to come out. On the one hand is Lin Ma rewarded Xie Tongyun. Chen Zhuzan is looking for Huang Zhuwang. I was supposed to talk about it. You take care of your territory. I take care of my territory. Everyone agrees. Originally two camps of people, all in peace, but before the election, frequent movements on both sides. One day, candidate Lin Mashan's nephew, that is his campaign assistant, Yang Myung-hyuk, crossed the line and went to the opponent's territory to ask for votes. The result is narrow road. Met Huang Zhuwang's younger brother. The two parties quarreled. Yang Myung-hyuk was crazy at that time. He choked with him. Before my election, must be touched by him. To kill him. It's right to kill him, right? If I hadn't killed him. I am the grandson of the turtle. So Lin Yalin, Huang Zhuwang's younger brother. So I called Huang Zhuwang. Said they were going to knock it off for you, right? Say before the election. Definitely have to deal with you. Huang Zhuwang on the other end of the phone. I heard someone choke on him openly. How can you hold your breath? Take 6 guns directly with a group of boys. Rush to the scene. To win or lose. Huang Zhuwang get out of the car, pick up that shotgun and fire it into the air. At that time, so many people heard. Someone shot another shotgun. Long gun. A group of people began to hide. There are a whole bunch of people. It's gone. Run away because of Yang Myung-hyuk. While running. Later, Zhang Mingyi ran to the place where it should be. There are pillars near the temple. Got caught by them. Catch him holding the pillar and begging for mercy. Beg Huang Zhuwang to let him go. He said absolutely. Non-involvement in elections. Yang Myung-hyuk begged. But Huang Zhuwang couldn't listen at all. Take away at one order. Brothers put Zhang Mingyu into the car immediately. After grabbing. Just bring them. Usual gathering place. They have an office. Right there. The office is actually a factory. Then it's inevitable to start beating. Handcuffs behind the back. Then a bunch of people started punching. Yang Myung-hyuk was beaten badly. Abused all day. Until the wee hours. Huang Zhuwang still refuses to let him go. Actually this time. They are drinking. Lin Yamen kept talking to Huang Zhuwang. Lord Wang Yang Myung-hyuk says. Must deal with you. Just keep talking, right? The more you talk, the more you listen, the angrier you get, right? Angry to the end, that Huang Zhuwang can't stand it. And drink again. After drinking, he went up again. Just caught Yang Myung-hyuk and took him out. And then take him to Industry Road to get rid of him like this. I took a plastic nylon rope. Put it on your neck and start strangling. He told the others to dig a hole. A big hole was dug in the ground. When he starts to strangle. Strangled. Because at that time he had no voice. Because he was taped. Blindfolded eyes and mouth like this. So he can't speak. So at that time he strangled. Thought he strangled him. So Huang Zhuwang ordered the younger brother. Take the victim. Buried in a sandpit 2 meters deep. Because at that time it was. Some taboos in their crimes. Means strip him naked. Then fall backwards. So that ghosts won't find him. I'm afraid there will be retribution for killing someone. But in fact the victim, there is still a trace of breath. Want to breathe, want to call for help. Covered by mud. Finally buried alive. At that time, it was the Xiping project. The first election after the anti-black campaign. Although the Peasant Association election. Also the first election. You said you were going to solicit votes, but you were arrested. This is always a big deal. So when it's a big deal to set up a task force. Including the director himself brought. I was the captain of the criminal police at that time. We will rent a house together. In Erlin. At that time, the outside world thought. Yang Myung-hyuk was just kidnapped. Was not silenced. As long as the police can find Huang Zhuwang, keep alive. We try our best. Including through Huang Zhuwang's brother. His brother is a policeman. Many of our colleagues worked with him again. Although he transferred to the public office, transferred to another unit. But after all, there is still friendship. Let's meet him. At that time, they told him to let him out. So are we. Master Huang agrees. Agree with us. He must find him. Let him let Yang Myung-hyuk go first. Let it out first. Because to save people. Must. He also agreed. But after the second day. Let's find Huang Zhuwang's brother again. He can't avoid seeing each other. At that time, the police had a bottom line in their hearts. I think young Myung-hyuk is afraid. Already bad luck. Therefore, it is hoped that by monitoring, find Huang Zhuwang's whereabouts as soon as possible. I listened to it for more than a month. And from the location of the mobile base station, Yunlin County, this place in Jutong Township. A few days after the ambush. Finally waited until Huang Zhuwang. He is carambola juice, with his girlfriend, drink carambola juice. He is going for dim sum. Then buy a carambola juice to drink. When going back. Was arrested by us on the spot. Fierce he will resist. When resisting. Because his hands are too thick. We can't handcuff. Result in. Slowly handcuff him with shackles. The person on the screen is involved in Changhua County Taiwan Township Armed Association. The main suspect in the shooting case, Huang Zhuwang. Maybe it's been a long time. When Huang Zhuwang was arrested, with photos on the wanted special issue. In comparison, a little more old and tired. Thank you, it's okay with me, thank you. He did not admit. He said it was done by children. Performed by his brother. The police followed the line and caught his younger brother. As soon as my younger brother knew Huang Zhuwang, blame him. Scolding the other party will only drag the younger brother into the water, not being the boss. But after scolding, he also pleaded not guilty at all. Heard. Talk about Hong Mingfeng, Huang Zhuwang's younger brother. Can't sleep. I can't sleep well. Said there are ghosts at night. The ghost of Laxi, Zhang Mingfeng. We'll go to him, we'll press him. The victim came to ask for his life every night. Scared Huang Zhuwang's younger brother. The police decided to exploit this weakness. Psychological warfare with him. The regulations at the time, not specified yet. No night interrogation. So the police, asked all the way until after 1 o'clock in the middle of the night, made this move. We just stopped asking. We cover his eyes with a black cloth. Covered with black cloth. Their general underworld thinking. Will want to say, do you want torture? He's a bit guilty. But it doesn't move, he puts it there. He now only sees the dark. He himself has no voice, he will be scared. Scares the ghost himself. We deliberately create an atmosphere for him. Unexpectedly, this trick really worked. He's scared. Said that everything was instigated by Huang Zhuwang. Even with the police all night. Go to a pigsty and dig up the corpse. At the time, all the grass grows above the knee. In a forest over there. Our investigators, it's all in the middle of the night, holding a hoe and a round shovel. Cross like this. Do farmer knock like this. Dig deep. Obviously, he said here. Nearby grass. We're all crushed. We've been looking over there. Are you sure there is nothing wrong with this place? Sure. Just keep digging. Dug until dawn. At 6 o'clock. Is also similar to the current time. It's dawn. It's dawn, but still can't dig. Just when the police were about to give up. Suddenly a colleague called out. Seems to have dug something. See how it smells. Pop up out of nowhere. Buried in the ground. As soon as the smell comes out. Seems to catch. At that time, there was a detective colleague. He learned forensics. He jumped right away. Touch it with your hands while wearing gloves. Look at the kneecap coming out. The victim who was buried alive for 71 days. The bones were finally unearthed. Although you didn't survive. The discovery of the body is also the end. Very sure. Hong Mingfeng involved in the case. Huang Zhuwang and the others involved in the case. After Huang Zhuwang was transferred. Immediately imprisoned. Huang Zhuwang, who took 3 lives on his back. Imprisoned in Taichung Detention Center. Ghosts who lost their freedom. The more you close, the more you worry. But the one who locked him up. But can't shut his heart. Huang Zhuwang imprisoned in Taichung Detention Center. And another prisoner who committed a robbery murder. Yang Hanpeng. They are locked up together in the detention center. Room number 20 of Xiaoyi House. The eloquent Huang Zhuwang. He often talks to the prison guards. Chat and deal with each other. How do you know one day? Huang Zhuwang ran away with his inmates. He broke through 8 levels and successfully escaped from prison. How did he do it? May 7, 2000. 1 o'clock in the morning. This facility detains thousands of serious criminals. Taichung Detention Center. Dead silence. Many prisoners are sound asleep. In room 20 of Dan Xiaoyi house. But there was an unknown sound. Midnight. It was supposed to be a locked cell. Suddenly opened. Locked inside. It is Huang Zhuwang who is carrying 2 death sentences. And cellmates. I saw them holding utensils. Keep beating. The two of them just bumped into each other inside, because the shackles are broken first, right? After opening. Take off the handcuffs. Huang Zhuwang puts on his uniform. Start running this way. After Huang Zhuwang pretended to be an administrator, run out of Xie Tongyun's gate first, then break into the material channel of Shower's house, Zonger's side door, then enter the rehabilitation section building, unimpeded. He took advantage of the midnight. The border time in the early morning. All admins love sleepiness, right? Bad spirits. So turn off that monitor one by one to see. All dressed as administrators. He doesn't care who this is. Just let him pass one pass after another. Just keep going out like this, you know. Finally came to the guard post in front of the administration building. There are guards at this station. The clever Huang Zhuwang and his cellmates hide in the corner first, quietly wait for the duty manager. The moment you open the door opened only a crack. Huang Zhuwang hiding behind the door. Yang Hanpeng, 2 out. Intimidate the administrator. Threatened him with a gun and told him to open the door. Don't let him talk. So stuff him with cotton balls. Huang Zhuwang takes the gun. Threat administrator Nguyen Van Tan said. As long as you cooperate well, you'll be fine. The other party opens immediately. 2 iron doors leading to the reception area. Let Huang Zhuwang escape smoothly. Followed by a group of people. Move towards the parking lot. The receiving vehicle has been prepared in the seat. Walk away. That's how they escaped. After they go out the door of the drawing room. Just lock him, Nguyen Van Tan, in the trunk. To the side of Dadu Mountain. The car drove for about 20 minutes. Ron Winching locked in the back compartment. Get off the bus. He ran to the road in embarrassment. Waving to stop traffic. And call the police to passers-by. The news was sent back to the Taichung Detention Center. Personnel who were still outside the situation. I finally realized something was wrong. The appalling prison break. Huang Zhuwang, associated with suspected supermarket. Yang Hanpeng, the roommate suspect in the murder and robbery case. Song Xiao 20 room. Hostage of practicing administrator Su Changqing. Bypass the prison Chuando. Breaking through the 8 thresholds all the way. Escort the guard again. Administrator of the administration building. Wan Wenqing, holding a gun and threatening Su Changqing to drive. Jailbreak, holding a gun and threatening Su Changqing to drive. This is big news again. Because in terms of prison management, is also a big influence. Very shocking. Like the Taiwanese version of Prison Break, Huang Zhuwang was able to break through 8 levels in a row. Haven't been surprised yet. 6 staff on duty at CCTV. Even more exaggerated is the surveillance video. Didn't record it at all. That scene. It's because the prison management is too loose. Still supernatural powers and ghosts. Even more puzzling is Huang Zhuwang clearly held hostage 2 administrators, Su Changqing and Wan Wenqing. But why did he let Wan Wenqing go alone? But escaped with Su Changqing. Currently known. The only and the 2 suspects who escaped were Wan Wenqing. Important relationship. High project rate on the afternoon of the 9th. Conduct a live simulation. Restore the crime scene. After the cocooning. More unusual signs found. On the day of the prison break, Su Changqing was originally worth the money. 8 p.m. to 11 p.m. classes. He changed shifts temporarily. Will be on duty. Changed to 11 a.m. to 2 a.m. It turned out that it was 5 minutes before his shift. Huang Zhuwang escaped from prison. Moreover, Su Changqing was on duty before. I brought 2 bags of items into the institute. He also said with a smile to his colleagues. This is stinky tofu for supper. But after the incident, the prosecutors were in the reception room. Found the same bag. Inside is to make Huang Zhuwang break the handcuffs, hammers, saws, etc. Not stinky tofu at all. Furthermore, according to the detention center staff, Su Changqing's car, usually placed in the employee parking lot, on the day of the incident. Usually placed in the employee parking lot. Park in the parking lot for general reception. Just so coincidental. Huang Zhuwang got into his car and fled. The forensic officer took the car, towed back to Taichung Detention Center. For the entire vehicle. Fingerprinting inside and out. Police investigate based on vehicle number. Found his license plate number. Does not match the vehicle registration information. It should be a stolen car. Please tell Su Changqing if he saw this news. Be able to contact the police as soon as possible. Or are you going to surrender to the prison? Su Changqing. It's Huang Zhuwang's internal response that can't be wrong, but a retired military. It's Huang Zhuwang's internal response that can't be wrong. Administrator for more than 4 years. Such a big move to help death row inmates. It's a bet. The rest of my life. With career. What the hell does Huang Zhuwang have? All-powerful ability. Make Xie Tongyun willing. Take such a big risk. Used to be. The criminal police who arrested Huang Zhuwang. Describe him like this. He is eloquent. That is, he is very good at talking. His speech is repetitive. Why did he say that? He just keeps talking until you agree. If you are weak. I've listened to him for a long time. You just go with him. If you are now a fraud group, may not be able to keep up with him. Just with one mouth. Can Huang Zhuwang persuade the administrator? In fact, he also made some observations. So many administrators. See why Xie Tongyun was singled out. Because Xie Tongyun likes to play stocks very much. I like to make some investments. So he waited. In fact, there are some debts. And there are some situations in his house. It's about his relationship with his wife. It's not good. So he knew. You are sad every day. It means you have something on your mind. I break your defense. I'll talk to you. Huang Zhuwang was imprisoned in August 1998. Been watching for more than a year. Decided to shoot. When it comes to the end, what do you think? He's hooked. He first seduced him with 200,000 cash. Because you also know, if you can't get the money, who will promise to help you escape from prison? So he told him 200,000 at that time. You help me get some giant chisels. Are those tools right? Cash first. Xie Tongyun thinks that. You are really rich. Xie Tongyun not only took the risk. Help him prepare the tools first. Put it in your own cabinet. Also 3 weeks before the incident. After stealing the key to the side door of Zong'er, get the key store copy, put it back in place. Huang Zhuwang began to increase. He said you play stocks, right? Which one should you invest in? Right. And I also have investments in mainland China. Do business first, if you let me out. Do me a favor and let me out. I am grateful. I'll give you 4 million first, go out and give you another 8 million. We go to the mainland to do business. I will take another 20 million. We all do business. At that time Xie Tongyun wanted to say, my life is colorful, right? If you give me this money, tell the truth. Then when I was an administrator in a prison. When 10 years of salary is more. Huang Zhuwang keeps pouring soup. Let Xie Tongyun sink deeper and deeper. In the end it was completely bought. Willing to escape with him. Task Force. According to the clues obtained, Huang Zhuwang started in November last year. Already threw about 20 younger brothers. Deploy jailbreak, and steal while breaking out. The BW sedan you're traveling in, and then through 5 to 6 cronies. Raise large sums of money to escape. Those 2 guns, also called his nephew. Take it to Xie Tongyun. Take advantage of the reception. To Xie Tongyun, get out with a gun. Xie Tongyun must be too. With Huang Zhuwang. Must go through sand table simulation. So after he got his shift. When the date is fixed. Of course Huang Zhuwang. Photo of his kid wife. Just tidy things up. You have to bring some luggage, right? In fact, the administrator. I didn't think to say. It turned out that he put these things away. Just thought about it. Get ready for the day they're going to escape. The battle plan is drawn up. Xie Tongyun just the day before. Put 2 guns giant chisel, and manager's clothes. Give everything to Huang Zhuwang first. When I was going to escape from prison that day, Xie Tongyun just opened the door. Past them. 1 o'clock in the middle of the night, Xie Tongyun first opened it quietly. Ziowish room 20. Huang Zhuwang and the inmate surnamed Yang inside. Already broke the handcuffs and shackles. Can't wait to breathe the free air. After the first prison door, they follow suit. Follow Xie Tongyun. I saw him as an administrator. Familiar with the way is holding a duplicate key. Open each level. Because of that time, is the most tired time. Even if you are on duty today, right? At that time, I was tired of wanting to sleep. And everyone in the prison is telling the truth. At that time even the prisoners. Everyone is sleeping. Who cares about you, right? So that period is the loosest. When it is hardest to concentrate. So they were well planned. To choose the time, to commit this case. A prison escape case with supernatural powers and ghosts. The seamlessness of the plan. It also exposed various loopholes in the prison. When the police searched Xie Tongyun's home, also found his passport missing. Are these 3 people planning to smuggle out of the country? There are 2 wanted criminals. I have no idea. It is rumored that Huang Zhuwang who escaped from prison, good relationship with the southern mafia. Huang Zhuwang. A few years ago it was arranged. 2 men. Smuggling out of Pingdong Donggang. Therefore, Donggang has become a place for the police to block. An important base for Huang Zhuwang to leave the country. From the shores of the Siwi. And road police. Currently we have 3. All fit together very well. Because Huang Zhuwang has always been better than color. The police do not rule out that after his escape, will return to Fenghui place again. Every KTV is still a hotel. We all have sentries. Ambush over there. The police surrounded by land, sea, and air, just to find Huang Zhuwang and others, 3 escaped felons. At this time, the brothers on the road heard the news. Someone has his whereabouts. When he escaped. We have a wire report. He will run to our Yuan Lin. Come here. Said to us before. Police officer who worked on his case. He let out the wind and said. Said to be bad for us? Huang Zhuwang escapes from prison. Are you really coming for the police? I'm afraid that ghosts who always promise to do what they say will be sad. Really want revenge. Fought him twice. Criminal squad leader. Huang Zhuwang did this. I'll write a report at that time. Report to the branch chief. I want a 24-hour gun. Because I am also afraid that he will come to me when looking for me. If I don't have a gun, how can I fight him hard? Police guns are on hand 24 hours a day, until the 13th day after the escape. Huang Zhuwang really received a tip. Huang Zhuwang haunts Yuanlin area. I got a call the day before. He's at Guangming Street in Yuanlin City. It's just strolling on the pedestrian street, shopping for baseball cap clothes. Go over there and see. Yes, sure, he's right. 3 people who escaped from prison. I still have leisure time to go shopping on the street. The police rushed to the scene to ambush. But unfortunately 1 step too late. 3 people escaped by bicycle. When escaped from prison, go by these 2 cars and the locomotives are new. Where are they going on their mobility devices? Do you know your whereabouts are exposed? Do you want to hide somewhere else? Because they have a lot of gunners in the process of fleeing. It's not drinking or sex. So why they? They all have their girlfriends and wives like this. Huang Zhuwang is different. Huang Zhuwang is telling the truth. His shortcoming lies in color. He is naturally horny. A knife on the head of the color character. 3 fugitives didn't run to hide. I went to the skincare shop to find pleasure. Fortunately, the police have already laid a net. Announcement with the bosses of the 8 major industries. If you see Huang Zhuwang, report immediately. He said you want the Lord Wang. Come to me. Call someone over. At that time, Yidi belonged to this family. This one is Yidi Skincare and Beauty. Come out from here after consumption. Our car is ambushing here. Ambush in front. I can be sure that it is Huang Zhuwang. Because I know his figure. About 178 centimeters strong. Identify the object in front of you. It's the target Huang Zhuwang. But should we arrest people directly? Police have concerns. Because the skincare center is located in Yuanlin City. Zhuwang 3 people have guns. If the police shootout really started, I'm afraid it will hurt innocent people. Therefore, the police decided to follow. Service center, I am Captain Huang. We are now following the prisoner Huang Zhuwang. Huang Zhuwang and Yang Hanpeng split into 2 locomotives. He's going south now. Zhuguang Road fled in the direction of Yongjing. The police split. A group followed Huang Zhuwang. A group followed Su Changqing and a fugitive named Yang. But after a few kilometers the police followed. The fugitive surnamed Yang noticed. Someone is following. Immediately pull out the spear from the backpack. I saw him at that time. Immediately pull out the spear from the backpack to take the MP5 long gun. I start rolling down the windows. Shoot him in the air and tell him to stop like this. 14 shots fired first. You also know that 14 shots in a row. That kind of shock is enough, right? Then he comes here. Turn right at traffic lights. He turned into this alley. He rides fast. Here I found that. He is leaving us. I told my colleague to say. Hit him. Right here. After bumping into him. His motorcycle is over here. 2 people lie down here. I will get out of the car. I kneel on them. Point the gun at him and tell him not to move. I will be handcuffed. The police caught it first. Su Changqing and the fugitive Yang. What about Huang Zhuwang? Did he run away? He said that after Huang Zhuwang, transferred in. The locomotive rides directly down the underpass. After our follow-up police force arrives. Just ambush here, after a few minutes. He thinks maybe the police are gone. After he rides up, the whole person was suppressed on the ground. Come. All right. Get him up. Man walking with a limp. It is Huang Zhuwang, the wanted shooter. Arrested after fleeing for 13 days. Layers of police protection. Take him back to the police station for questioning. Where do the guns come from? Do not visit. Okay. If you say no to visit, you still ask them to visit. I can't understand anything. The displeasure in the tone is still hard to hide the domineering brother. Ask him why he escaped from prison. Huang Zhuwang said it indignantly. He said he was unwilling. Unwilling to leave. Did he know he was sentenced to 2 death sentences? He said he was unwilling. He still has something to do. What he called. Just looking for someone to settle accounts. He said that there are rumors outside. Want revenge on me. He said so. But he assured me no. He is looking for a judicial scalper with the surname Zhang. Get back his 20 million. In 13 days. On the way to escape while looking for enemies. Huang Zhuwang himself does not carry a gun, but a gun. Give it to Su Changqing and the 2 of them. Also told them the rules of teaching warfare. That is to say you meet a policeman in a hat. You just fight. If you can't fight, you will commit suicide. But they didn't have time to get their guns, be subdued by the police. After Su Changqing was hit by a police car and fell to the ground, severe head contusion sent to hospital for first aid, could have been good. Working in prison. But because he escaped with Huang Zhuwang. Bruise yourself. Lying in bed. But Su Changqing denied that he was an accomplice. Severe head contusion sent to hospital for first aid. Threatened with a gun while he opened the door. You rest now and don't be nervous. You take a break. I know what you just said. But the judge didn't buy their argument. Based on witness statements, and summoned Huang Zhuwang's younger brother, confirmed that they were through Su Changqing. Deliver guns and other items to Huang Zhuwang. In the end, Su Changqing was convicted of corruption by civil servants, escaping and other crimes, sentenced to 12 years by the Supreme Court. Huang Zhuwang was sentenced to 14 years in prison. Just 13 days to breathe free air. Huang Zhuwang was taken back to prison again. On rivers and lakes, we have seen the backs of many big brothers. There is always a woman who silently follows him. Huang Zhuwang is no exception. With his 3-inch tongue, he caught up. 5th Miss China. And the other party is willing to follow him. Running around. Even Huang Zhuwang. Finally caught in prison. Closed for many years. His girlfriend is still inseparable. After Huang Zhuwang was arrested, the police are worried about him. I want the golden cicada to escape from its shell. Escort every time. There are always more than 6 police officers. Layers of protection. And Huang Zhuwang still has a style. With mouth. Use money to settle anything. They have 600,000 yuan in cash. They took out 500,000 yuan on the spot. To our colleagues on site. We declined. They might just try to bribe us. We declined. Including me at the police station. When interrogating him, he just said my name. Ah Chang, find a way to let me out. Still old-fashioned. He's going to the bathroom during the interrogation. And with a policeman who escorted him to the bathroom, so to speak. Please let me out. What does he want? Do us favors like this. See, this trick doesn't work. When he appeared in court, he laughed and turned angry. Framed the criminal team leader who caught him 3 times. Said he ransomed his family for 600,000. Why do you say that the team leader took 600,000 from your family? Is there such a thing? It's no use talking about it. Just treat it like a lunatic. A black mouth can also speak white. Huang Zhuwang's mouth attack. Also used in chasing girlfriends. There is a 5th place Miss China. His girlfriend. I followed him desperately, running everywhere. What about Miss China? It is said that they met at a dinner party. Because Huang Zhuwang. With his 3-inch tongue. And he's big. So many girls. It's hard to deal with this kind of man. Have immunity. Write an ad. It's that kind of affection offensive. Always pursue this. This former Miss China. Miss Jiala's girlfriend surname Su, when I promised to date, don't know each other at all, turned out to be a gunman. Until I saw the police department's special issue on arrests, just discovered. It turned out to be kept in the dark. Feelings are hard to say. Once you fall into it, you have to extricate yourself. It's hard to pull it up and jump out again. So she followed him without complaint. All we know is he has a son. Miss Jiala. His girlfriend surname Su told the media. After Huang Zhuwang was imprisoned, she didn't empathize. After Huang Zhuwang was imprisoned. When a reporter asked, aren't you afraid that their relationship has no future? She also said emotionally. If the relationship lasts forever, how can it be day and night? I can tell. Her infatuation with Huang Zhuwang. Huang Zhuwang. Also put a photo of her with a child, stuck in the cell. The administrator once asked Huang Zhuwang, did you give birth to a son or a daughter? Huang Zhuwang said she was a baby girl. But when the prosecutors searched Su's girlfriend's home, but discovered the secret of Huang Zhuwang's child. Search results, I found the account book. The above parents are Huang Zhuwang. with this woman surnamed Su. But a son was born. Was born in November 1986. The prosecution inferred. Maybe it's because the underworld has many grievances. In order to protect the safety of his son, Huang Zhuwang just declared. Gave birth to a daughter. It can be seen that parents want to protect their children. Even a murderer. Huang Zhuwang again. After being taken back to prison. Start devotion to Buddha. When he even appeared in court. Will carry beads. I originally thought that my painstaking rest. Able to impress a judge. Give him a way out. But after the 9th trial, it was finally decided. He is still doomed. Just before Huang Zhuwang went to the execution ground. Executed prosecutor made a move. The dying Huang Zhuwang was very moved. What is it? Huang Zhuwang, who returned to the cage. When reappearing in court. There is less murderous look on the face, also faded a little Jianghu flavor. Maybe in prison with him. Relating to Buddhism. There is less murderous look on the face. Huang Zhuwang never admits. He has killed. And all things. When the evidence clearly points to him. He never admits. Until the 8th trial. Huang Zhuwang is in prison because. He later. I devoted myself to the Buddha and copied Buddhist scriptures. So at that time, when he was in the 8th trial, from the 1st trial to the 8th trial, he just admitted. Yes, he killed young Myung-hyuk. And at that time he was trying to escape. Do you know? He actually spent 6 million. Reconciliation reached with young Myung-hyuk's family. But the judge found. Huang Zhuwang was not until the 6th trial, just signed the settlement. And the content. Huang Zhuwang did not admit. Kill young Myung-hyuk. Just because of responsibility. Settlement money. Finally, to the 8th trial. He just confessed to killing, therefore, the High Court dismissed his retrial. 9th trial to confirm the death penalty. He is still doomed. His sense of survival is very strong. Then it was an hour before the shooting. Huang Zhuwang actually hired his lawyer. After emergency to the detention center. File an extraordinary appeal for him. Very much appealed to the Attorney General at the time. Yen Day just read it. No particular reason. He actually mentioned it before. Very appeal several times. But the reason. Exactly the same. So Yen Day later felt that. You have no particular reason. So this is the very appeal. Let Huang Zhuwang live an extra 30 minutes. June 5, 2015. 6:50 p.m. Huang Zhuwang, who still wants to live. Still under the escort of the bailiff. Stepped into the execution ground. Before his execution, the prosecutor of the executive branch asked him to say, "What's your last wish?" Huang Zhuwang speaks. He is really sorry for his wife. With 2 sons. And his 2 sons were, he said, didn't take good care of them. So he's sorry for them. It's true. So the prosecutor of the executive branch. Also touched by him. Didn't Huang Zhuwang devote himself to Buddha later? So the prosecutor told him, then let's chant the mantra together. So the 2 of them, just before the execution. Just over there. I chanted the mantra like this. Recite. Passage after passage. Accompany him through the last mile of life. Under the gunfire of the bailiff. Ghosts see melancholy, Huang Zhuwang finally subdues the law. Thanks for watching today's apocalypse in Taiwan. I'm Hong Peixiang. Goodbye.